Hello and welcome to another episode of Deb's Artsy Life. This is sort of a follow-up, part 2 of yesterday's video. I tried to film my deck and show you how beautiful it is out here, and I ended up dropping the phone, and then the video I just stopped it. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and post it the way it is. You just get the real deal here. Just what you see is what you get. I don't have time to edit and put together lengthy videos. I've done that in the past, and I end up getting very few views on those videos that I've spent the most time on. So I've decided to just use my phone and my tripod and just film quickly, and that way hopefully I can film more often. What I wanted to share with you today is this yarn. I shared yesterday the Crayon box colorway of this yarn. Today I want to show you the rainbow colorway of the Super Saver Bitty Stripes. And I know that this is backwards to you, but look how beautiful. But this is the rainbow colorway. And it's a little bit more muted, a little bit more, I don't know, it's just very different from the Crayon box. You see the difference. There's just a lot more saturation in this skein. But I wanted to show you how this looks crocheted. I haven't done a knitting swatch on this, but this is going to be, it's fairly wide. It's going to be the back of a very oversized cardigan kind of deal. At least that's the plan. I probably got it a bit too wide. But anyway, if you go back several videos, quite a few actually, I made a bathrobe. Actually, it was supposed to be a sweater, but it looked like a bathrobe. And it's in the title of the video. If you go back and look for it, you'll see the construction of that sweater. And basically, this will be the back, and I will just get it as long as I want it, and then add the front two panels, sew up the sides, and add the sleeves in the round. And it's kind of a drop sleeve construction that I just made up. I made it up by looking at another oversized sweater that I have that is a purchased sweater. Okay, and the other thing I want to show you is this bag I finished. Well, I've not finished it. All I need to do is add the top trim and the handle. Let me tilt you down a bit. This is kind of a box. This is my favorite bag construction. It's just putting 5 granny squares together like a box and then adding the top and the handle. So I'm really pleased with how this turned out. You've got 2 squares, two flowers with a yellow center. That sounded like a shot. I don't know what that was, guys. Anyway, here's 2 with no yellow center. So each side kind of matches up, and then the bottom has a center, but nobody really sees the bottom. But for this, I have used Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo Speckle in the colorway Light Blue Speckle. And it is a scratchy yarn. I wouldn't want to use it for just anything, but it makes a great bag. And you know how Super Saver is. It softens up in the laundry with some fabric softener. And I know I'm making my bags with acrylic yarn, and a lot of people don't like to do that because they stretch, but I kind of like the stretchiness. And the way I compensate for that is I just don't make the handles very long, knowing that they're going to stretch. And I just love these bags, especially for project bags. And I'm sorry about this shooting sound. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, hopefully nothing major. This I started today because I wanted to see how the Crayon box looks crocheted. And I don't I haven't gotten very far on this. I'm going to tell you, I make these things, I make up these shawls, and I call them Crazy Shawls, and it just starts out with it's basically a crescent shaped shawl with all kinds of different stitches. I just make it up as I go and just make sure that it makes that crescent shape. And you know, I don't know if I've started out all that well here, but I think as I carry on it'll lay in that crescent shape. But this yarn is just as beautiful crocheted as it is knitted, I think. So stay tuned and I'll show you the progress as this carries on. I just started it a minute ago. I was going to do just a granny square, but I thought, you know, I need to do a Crazy Shawl to see if that will sell in the Fall Into Art Festival. I'd like to do 1 or 2 of those at least. And they're basically a crescent shaped shawl that kind of comes around and it just drapes your shoulders really well. I may start this over. I did this one a little bit different. Usually I start with a circle. So I don't know. I think this is okay. I think it'll be okay. But we'll see how that goes. Again, I'm just making it up. That's why I call it a Crazy Shawl. Oh, the sun just went in and it feels so much better now. It is really hot out here. I thought I could sit out here and work on acrylic yarn, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Most people don't work with acrylic yarn in the summer, but I just can't stop. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and I'm going to try again to show you my deck, hopefully without too much drama and dropping the phone and cutting off the video and all that stuff. But stay tuned for this too, because I want to finish the handle this afternoon, and I might just move inside with you and carry on and finish the handle. I don't know, but probably I'll show it to you in a later video. I think I told you in my last video that I have 2 grandsons now. One is 2 weeks old yesterday, and so my life has become very, very busy, and I took Thursday and Friday off to keep the baby so that, well, different reasons, but anyway, I got to go back to work tomorrow, and I've got to work doubly hard to try and make up for being off. So hopefully I can get through some of these projects and make some progress on them tonight, and then I'll feel better about going back to work tomorrow. I could literally sit and knit and crochet all day long. And I hope you guys are doing something really fun. I've wanted to get in my studio, which is just right here behind me, my sunroom studio, and paint, and I do a little bit, you know, every day, just a little bit, but I'm not really accomplishing a lot. So maybe in a later video we'll go in there and I'll paint with you. So let me show you the deck, try again, and just bear with me, because like I said, this is not edited. I'd love it if you subscribed. I did get to 450 subscribers yesterday, so I was thrilled. In fact, I'm at about 454, so if you could get me to 500, I'd be so excited. Of course, like I said, it's never enough. Once I get to 500, I'm going to want to get to 1,000. You know how we are. But thank you for being here and watching and subscribing, and for your lovely comments and your friendships. It's just really fun to do this. So here we go. We're going to try the deck again. Bear with me. If this doesn't work, I'm posting it anyway. Thanks, you guys. See you next time. Stay tuned for the deck show. Okay, so I know my tripod is kind of in the way. I'm going to try to take you off without... Oh, look, I did it. Okay. So far, so good. Let's see how it goes. All right, so this is the door that you come out, and inside there is my sunroom studio. This is the chair that I was sitting in. You can see all my crochet things I was sharing with you. This is our beautiful umbrella. I love this thing. We got it from Wayfair. It's called a sunbrella, but look how beautifully it matches the chairs. And this is a beautiful geranium my husband found. He's the gardener. Those I planted. That is Creeping Jenny. And it comes back every year. One of my favorite parts of the deck is this beautiful gate that was built just for the deck. And now down here is the entrance, one of the entrances to our basement. And a pretty barn quilt that always hangs crooked for some reason, no matter how many times I straighten it. And this is our backyard. And again, my husband is the gardener. He is amazing. But the greatest thing about this is all these beautiful trees and woods behind our house. It's like being in a mountain cabin when you come out here. In the wintertime, we can see the neighbors' houses, but in the summer, it's just gorgeous. And down here, we had gravel put in. There's our chimney, which we don't use nearly enough. And the retaining wall. And my grandson loves to go down there and play, the 2.5-year-old. He loves to play in those rocks. Look at all those gravel. And then there is our retaining wall that was just put in. But I am so blessed and so thankful for this beautiful space to come out here. I'm looking forward to fall when you can actually be out here without burning up. But again, I want to show you this beautiful geranium. The winds and the rain got it, and we had to take all the blooms off, but it has come back. And again, our chairs, I love these Adirondack chairs, except for once you get in them, you can hardly get out of them. And let's just do a close-up of my basket I made filled with this glorious yarn. Just look at that. And my project bag that someone made for me years ago, and there's my sweater. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.